Baby, I'm live on Instagram. I'm live here for you, baby. I'm live. We live today. We live. This live right here is a calling for better. How to know if you have a calling for better over your life. Because a lot of us are having callings over our life, but we're not responding. We're just lost in what we normally do and how we normally act. And it's like, am I missing something here? Because I've been stagnant for a minute. So am I missing something? You probably are. You probably have a calling over your life that you're not in tune with, that you're not listening to. And I want to give y'all a breakdown of how to know if you have a calling for your life. This is going to be a 3-part video. So this right here, this is just beginning. This is just beginning because that juicy stuff is going to come and it's going to flow. Y'all need to know that your intuition speaks. Wherever you're around people, whenever you've been places or been experiencing things, your intuition will speak to you, right? So say you've been living a certain way for majority of your life. And you live this way around people. And it's like, when you get around people, you don't open up. You're not yourself. You don't flow. You're uptight. Your anxiety is going crazy. Or you cool. You laid back. You ain't trying to do too much, right? But as soon as everybody leaves, it's like you just show everything about yourself. It's like you just allow yourself to just be free, right? You're living. I'm talking about living. You're living in all right, please. Let mommy talk, okay? You're living in chains. You're living a prisoner. And that is not a way that you want to live the rest of your life. You don't want to live in chains. You don't want to live giving a little bit to life. You want to give to life what you want to receive from life, right? So you want to show up fully and you want to be fully yourself. But it's like, how do I do that? Or how do I even get to that point? Well, first of all, you can't get to that point unless you get a calling for better. If you don't have a calling for better, if you're fine where you are, if you're comfortable where you are, if you're just doing it, making it happen, you're going to keep doing that until you get tired of everything going on, until your intuition tells you, okay, it's better. It's time for better, baby. It's time for you to give because it's not giving. But it takes time to get to that point. So this video is not for you. This video is for the people that has that calling already, that has those thoughts in their mind. It's like, oh, you know what? It's something out there for me, but I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like there's more to life, but I don't know what it is. I don't know how to get there. And so this video is for you. I got some stuff wrote down in this book, my notebook. And I said, your intuition will also tell you that you're not allowing yourself to have it. So your intuition will also tell you that, hey, you can have this, you can have that, but... Okay, hold on. Cause you being bad now. You being bad. You being bad. You being bad. But you're not going to ever be able to receive this because of the way you think or the way you show up or the way you act. Your intuition will always show you like you're the one that's holding yourself back. And you will not be able to receive anything that you want if you continue to hold yourself back. So you get to this point where it's like, okay, I don't want to hold myself back no more. I want to be allowing of things, but how? And actually, instead of how, it's like, why? Why am I like this? Why am I holding myself back? If I know I want better, why am I holding myself back? And just to break it down, it's like, we have reasons to validate how we feel, right? So we are reasons of how we feel. We take our reasons and we say, you know what? I'm going to live my life this way because of this, or because of this person, or because of this experience. And what we don't realize is we're living our life to prove a point. So we make our life based off of how we view everybody else and how we feel like they view us. And it's like, well, you know, I'm going to change this about myself. Or I'm not going to truly show up as the person I am because I don't want people to think this, or I don't want people to think that. I'm just going to change everything up to where I feel like I will be able to fit into society, right? Or there's that half of the people, and then there's the other half of the people that's like, you know what? I like doing this. I like doing that. But every time I seem to do this, every time I seem to do that, I get put into a category. And I don't like being put into categories. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be myself, but I'm going to be extra with it. I'm going to be dramatic with it, and to the point where people realize you can't put me into a category. So what they're doing is they're just living a life of proving people wrong. So either way, you're still a slave to other people's idea of you. So you're not really living. So if you're not really living, how can you ever be happy? If you're just people pleasing. Or on the other side of it, if you're just people proving. I like to call it people proving because you're living to prove people wrong. That's not healthy. Come on, baby. Let's not cry, please. Let's not cry. Let's not cry, baby. That's not healthy. You're living for a satisfaction of proving people wrong. Like, in a way, it feels healthy because it's like you get your satisfaction at the end of the day when nobody can change you and nobody can control you. But you're not living for yourself. You're not living to make yourself happy. You're not living to fulfill yourself, right? And so that's why I'm on here today, because I want to allow people. I want to allow a conversation to start flowing wherever you are. I want to allow you to think in the way that you need to think so that you can see, like, these things are happening, but a lot of us are unaware that they're happening. Like, we're living certain ways, but a lot of us are unaware that we're living this way and why we're living this way, or why we're thinking this way, or why we're showing up this way. This is a good conversation to have. Really good conversation to have. Showing up as who you truly are. Showing up as who you truly, and it's hard. It's really hard because it's like all the things that I've seen in my life has made me get into this ball. Like, I can't really be myself because there's so many people out here that's going to judge me. It's people out here that's going to think they know me and try to use me. It's so much going on. I don't want to show up as who I really am because that's like wearing my heart on my sleeve. And if I wear my heart on my sleeve, then I'm vulnerable. And then people are able to get to me quicker and easier because they know me. They know how I move. But if I show up as somebody I'm not, they can't get to me because they're going to think they know me, but they really don't. It's the way that we have programmed ourselves to think in order to survive. And it's not the way to survive. It's not. It's a way to live scarce. That's what that is. It's not a survival technique. But we have been taught to do what we got to do to get by, right? We haven't been taught to trust ourselves, to just continue to keep going even when things go rocky, even when things go left, even when nobody believes in us. We haven't been taught that. We've been taught, oh, switch it up. Switch it up. Switch yourself up. Show up as somebody different. Trick them. Manipulate them. Create an illusion. Fake it till you make it. All this crazy stuff. And it's like, we're missing the point. We took it too literal. Fake it till you make it. You took it too literal. In that, you're supposed to be yourself, but at the same time, not be afraid of putting on for what you want. So getting the little bit of what you want to manifest. Not just say, hey, all you do, straight fake it. Be a facade. All of it. You know, just don't be real in no areas of your life. And that's not how you want to live because that's not healthy. So I have wrote these things down because I want you to realize that if you're one of these people who find yourself living a life of people proving, the opposite of it's just like people pleasing, but it's people proving. You're living your life to prove people wrong. You're living your life to say, hey, I stand for this idea of living, and I want people to accept this idea of living, or I want people to accept me. I want to tell you that you're living in chains. You're living as a slave. And I know that because I used to live this way. Seriously, I used to live this way. I used to live as a people prover. And I felt like, you know, if I live this way, then sooner or later, somebody's going to be like, hey, why is she like this? Or why is she, like, what's going on with her? I wanted people to care about me. I wanted people to show me love, show concern. But that's not how you get it. And you're going about it in a very unhealthy way. And what you would do is you'll find yourself attached and addicted to being rebellious. Trying to prove a point. Trying to be right. You'll end up finding yourself wasting your whole life trying to make people accept you. And this idea of you. Because this is what you came up with and you feel like it should be validated. And yes, a lot of us, we have reasons why we are the way we are. And the reasons why we operate the way we operate. And it makes a lot of sense to us. I mean, because I've been bullied all my life, and when I was being nice, everybody, bullied me. Now I have to be mean to everybody. That's a good reason to say, you know what, that's why I'm mean. But at the end of the day, if you don't like who you became because of what you've been through, you have to be the one to say, I need to make a change. Because I can't live my life people proving. I can't. It's not healthy. Now, it's cool to take out the bag sometimes and show people like, yeah, I got this side to me too. But living your life strictly in that area is not healthy. Because you're just living to people prove. And that's why I'm here today, because I want to shed some light on that. Because it's needed. Because a lot of us, we're holding ourselves back from the life that we really want to live and experience. We're not allowing things to flow through us because we're so blocked up, trying to put out this image, or trying to be in control of everything. And what you're doing is you're just a slave. You're just a slave. And I'm just here to tell it for what it is. Because God, He want me to let y'all know, like, I don't want my people to be slaves. I want my people to be real. I want my people to be able to communicate with each other. I want my people to be vulnerable with each other. I want my people to be honest with each other. I want my people to come to each other and be real. I don't want my people to be putting up this image, right? That's God's like, I don't want people to put up no image. So that's why I'm here today. Like, okay, I'm going to give you all the reasons again how you know if you have a calling for better, right? First reason, you don't feel like people know you for real. You just, you might show them a little side of you, but you don't really be yourself around people. You're not really yourself. You're uptight. You're holding out this image. You're afraid / won't show people who you really are. It's like something holds you back from just being yourself when you're around certain people. It's like you can't, because that's not who. It's like if you do that, they look at you sideways like, who the hell are you? What's that? Like you you're acting or something? Like, what is this? Because they never saw that from you. So it's like, you frequently talk about how people are wrong for not accepting you. This is a big one. If you are that person who's always talking about, well, I'm going to do me and they don't accept it, that's their problem, or people shouldn't be judging me because I like this or I like that, or they shouldn't be judging me because, it's always people shouldn't. If you're this person that always find yourself speaking on what people shouldn't be doing, then maybe you are living your life to prove a point to those same people that you're talking about. And those people do not matter. Sidebar. You just want people to care about you and what's going on. If you find yourself living a certain way, waiting to be saved, waiting for somebody to say, you know what? I feel for you. I need to know what's going on with you. I care about you. If you find yourself like, hey, I just want somebody to care. I'll do better when somebody shows me they care. I'll do better when somebody doesn't really judge me and just accept me for who I am. That's when I'll do better. You're probably living a life of people proving, but you have a calling for better, right? But let me tell y'all something. Your intuition, it will always tell you when enough is enough. Because we can put ourselves through a whole bunch of bull. We really can. But your intuition will always come through and let you know, like, is this what you want for yourself? Is this what you really want? You thought I was feeling this life? You thought that? No. This is not the life that I want you to live. Your intuition, like your higher self, it will just tell you, like, this isn't it, boo. This is not it. And trust me, it will be hard. And when I speak on this, I'm speaking from experience. And I get into that with the other videos. This right here is the startup video. This is just to get the conversation in the air, okay? And trust me, when you get to this point of realizing that, hey, there's something within me that wants better. I don't know what it is. It's something in me that wants different. And it's something that's within me that's like, this right here that I've been living, been showing up, acting out, it's not enough. And I've realized that it would never be enough. So when you get to this point, you're like, okay, well, I'm going to start doing things that I actually want to do. You have to realize it's going to be hard. It's going to be uncomfortable. And honestly, it's going to be weird because you have to let go. Let go. And let God. You have to let go. It's going to be hard because you're used to controlling everything. You're used to proving a point. And now it's like everything's going downhill because, hey, I don't know what to do. I don't know how I got this far. I don't know anything because I feel like I've been living my life in the eyes of somebody else. And so now that I'm letting go of that, there's nothing here. That idea of me that once lived before for those other people, it's gone, and now I have nothing. Start living life the way you feel is best. This is what you do when you know you have a calling for better. These are some key points for you. Start living life the way you know that it's best. Start showing up as your best self. And when I say your best self, your higher self, when I say that, I mean like the self, the version of you that is not insecure, the version of you that has no fear, the version of you that isn't holding in grudges, isn't bitter and miserable. Start showing up as your higher self, the version of you that's happy, that's grateful, that's forgiving everything that's happened in your past. That version of yourself. That's how you're supposed to show up. And present yourself in the way that you prefer to be seen. These are all key points to help you get to where you need to be. But these points, it's like you have to trust them. You have to trust them. So you present yourself in a way that you actually want to be seen. Stop living your life presenting yourself in a way that other people view you. For here's a good example. If you are somebody who is, let's say you're a tomboy, okay? You're a tomboy and you're a girl. And people is like expecting you to always be this way. Every time you come around, because that's just all you've ever shown them. If one day you're like, I want to wear a dress. I want to feel pretty for once. But I don't want people to be like, oh my God, I don't want them to make a big deal out of it. I don't want them to be like, you switching up the game. Like, I don't want it to be like something that people just talk about, You have to do it because that's what you want to do. And a lot of us, what we'll do is we'll say, you know what? I want to do this, but I can't do this because it's going to cause a commotion. So you're really saying, you know what? I can't be free because I'm locked in of the ideas of myself in other people's mind. I'm locked into that. You have to be real with yourself. You're not here to please people. You're not here to prove shit to people. You're here to be yourself. You're here to show them who you really are. And who cares if you never wear a dress? Who cares if you never show up like this? You're doing it today. That's the choice you're going to make today, because every moment in our life that we are living is a space to make change. Every single moment that you have on this earth is a space. My bad, I just spit. It's a space for you to say, you know what, I want better. Or I'm going to start doing things this way. Who cares if all your life you have lived like a bum with rags on your body and you've talked like this, ghetto, all this. If you feel like right now in this very moment, I want to look better. I want to dress better. I want to smell better. Or I want to speak better. Baby girl, it is your time. You're ready for it. So there's no holding back. There's no waiting until you reach that level. It is now yours, because once you desire it, it's like, okay, I desire it because I'm ready for it, obviously. Every moment that you have on this earth is a moment for you to make that change. It's not hard. And I don't mean to yell, because I want to make this a safe spot for anybody and everybody to come with your ideas and to come with how you feel. So yes, we all do this. So don't fault yourself, but just know, if you have these desires to make your life better, it's because you're ready to make your life better. And you're no longer a victim to your circumstances and the things that you've been through. And you have to realize, you have a heart of gold. You have a heart of gold and a mind of gold. You're valuable. Your heart is valuable. Your mind is valuable. So you have to give life. Because guess what? You're giving value. And when you give value, you get value back. But you cannot give something that you don't have. So you have to show up as your true self. And you have to be vulnerable in order to receive that from other people. Everybody's like, everybody fake nowadays. Like, every time I get around a crowd of people, it's like a whole bunch of weirdo vibes and this and that and the third. That's because everybody's showing up as somebody that they're not. Everybody has on a mask. Everybody has this filter bar as they live. Because why? They're afraid of being judged. They're afraid of being backstabbed. They're afraid. Everybody's operating in fear. Nobody's actually operating in love. Nobody's like, you know what? Who cares if she's going to judge me? I'm going to be myself. Because I know at the end of the day, being myself is my superpower. But nobody's operating in this energy. That's why it's so much going on right now. So much anxiety, so much, all this extra stuff going on that really don't matter. It's like we've brought ourselves to this level. We've stooped down so far. As a community, as a whole, worldwide, all of us, we've stooped down so far. It's like our mentalities are in tune with nothing. Our energy is off. Our energy is negative. It's nothing that's giving to nothing. So all we do is take more. We take energy, negative energy from him, from her, whoever we're around, and whatever ideas that they have popping up in their head of negativity or whatever, we take from it, and then we give them ours. And it's like, that's not the way we should be living. It's not. You have to show up as your best self, and you have to give yourself that. You have to trust that. And I have a scripture for you to back up all this goodness that I'm just throwing your way. Because trust me, this video will go deep, but I'm going to make it into 3 parts. The scripture that I want to get to y'all is Hebrews 11:6. It is impossible to please God without faith. That's just like a little summary of the scripture. But really what the scripture is saying trust God. Look beyond what you see. If you want to make changes in your life, although it's like, how can I do that? That's going to be weird for me. Weird for the people that I'm used to being around. It's going to be weird. Trust God beyond what you see, beyond what you know. Because you can never please God without that. So if you do that, you'll be allowing yourself a better life and you'll be pleasing God. Yeah, why would you not want to please God? Why would you not want to get on God's good side? It don't matter how horrible you was living before it. None of that matters. It never mattered. If you say, you know what, God, I believe you and I trust in you to get me to where I need to be, although I may not be where I'm supposed to be right now, that would just warm his heart, because that's what he wants for his people. He don't want you to continue to do the same things because you've been doing them. He don't want you to continue to be a certain way because that's how you always been. He wants you to realize that, hey, maybe I have been in the wrong all my life. Maybe I have been the problem all my life. But I know that if I give God a chance and I give myself a chance, then maybe I can stand for something right one day. Maybe I can get to that point. But you will never get to that point if you continue to do the same things that you've been doing and expecting that one day somebody's just going to magically wisp you up into a good person. You have to want it, and then you have to go after it and say, you know, I believe in it so bad that I'm just going to go after it. This is a calling for better. This video has touched you. This video has reached you because it's for you. You have a calling over your life for better. And I wasn't going to get up here today, but something in me was just like, it's time. It's time to share this good word. It's time for people to know. It's time for people to grow. It's time for people to get this enlightenment. And so you've got this video. And you stayed on this video for this long for a reason. So I need you to do something for me right now. I need you to take your notebook out. And I need you to write down 3 things, 3 goals that you want for yourself. It can be mental goals. It can be personal goals. Whatever it is, 3 of them. Write it down. And when you finish writing it down, I want you to realize something. Those goals that you just wrote down are in your reach to have. It's just like, let me break it down for y'all. It's just like when you're climbing a ladder, right? And you get to the top of the ladder, all you can see is what's at that level. So you can see, oh, I can get this, I can get that, I can do that. Oh, that's because it's in your reach to get it. You're not looking down and you're not looking up. You're looking at where you are, where you stopped at. So those 3 goals that you just write down are in your reach to have. They're in your reach to have, right? I just got a text message. My bad. I hope that didn't miss in my life. And so if you wrote these down, I want you to realize that you can have them, and I want you to go after them. And how do you go after them? How do you go after these things? First and foremost, you have to have faith in God. You have to pray. Second of all, just go after it. It's not rocket science. Just go after it and believe. And I'm telling you, because I've seen this happen in my life. Like, I've seen it happen. I've watched the miracle. Like, I have a miracle over my life. Literally. Like, literally. I'm not lying. And if y'all want to get into my personal life story, you can get into my personal life story into another video. But that's not this video. This video is just to bring the conversation up. Okay? But literally, I've seen it happen. Where if you just have faith, even if your faith is in like something that's completely unbelievable, completely like rare, like you've never seen this before ever at all, then you can have it. It's simple like that. But just because you believe in it don't mean you don't have to walk in that direction. If you believe in it, then you will walk in that direction. You will. And if you believe and you pray and you walk in that direction, I promise you, God will do the rest. God will do the rest. You can rest. You do not have to worry. You just do what you know to do. And don't worry. And God will do the rest. I'm not saying don't do no effort. Don't have no effort. Don't put in no work. I'm saying when you do put in your work, whenever you do put your best foot forward, don't worry. Because God will do the rest. But He wants to see us have faith, like the scripture says. And He wants to see us put in that action. And when He sees that and we please Him, what do you think He's going to do? I mean, seriously. I want y'all, I'm not going to answer this for y'all. I want y'all to do it. Whatever 3 things you wrote down, go after it. Pray about it. Go after it. And I'm not going to put a time limit on God because He can do it tomorrow type deal. Like, this thing is no joke. This is no joke. Life is no joke. This spirit that we have, it's no joke. God is no joke. It's no joke. It's like magic. I don't want to call it magic. I want to call it a miracle. It's God. I don't know, but y'all gotta experience Him to know. I can't really like break it down for you. You have to experience it. And so, in order to get yourself to that point, I want you to believe. That's all I want you to do is believe. Whatever 3 things you wrote down, believe. I don't care how crazy it is or how out of the way it is. I want you to believe that you can have it, and I promise you. I don't want you to do all my promises. I just want you to see. Because it will happen. I'm telling you. I've lived this. But Energy Baby signing out. I can't keep doing all this talking because my throat is getting dry and I need some water. Woo! I need some water. I've been talking fast, doing this, doing that. My baby so I'm finna sign off for this. But I love y'all. And I hope y'all tune in to the rest of the videos that I have for y'all because I will be taking notes and I will be getting better at this. But as of right now, I'm doing the best that I can. So do not judge me because I'm not used to being on the phone like this. I'm used to just talking to people. But yes. We will get into this deeper and I will unlock some keys for y'all. And I want y'all to know. I want y'all to know that there is help out here for us and that life gets better if you just believe, if you just have faith. Life gets better. I am a living testimony and I thank God. Thank you, Jesus. I'm a living testimony and I thank God. And I want y'all to experience God. I want y'all to allow God to work in your life. Work through you. I want you to allow God to flow through you. Stop being so uptight. Stop living life the way other people expect you to live life. Live life the way that God told you to live life. The way that you feel is best. Live life and go. Go, baby. In the direction that you want to go. And trust. All right, I'm signing out, y'all. Y'all done got everything out of me today. I'm signing out. I love y'all. Y'all take care. And catch me again on the next live so y'all can get some more of this good information.